Tiki Taki, what's going on? Here we are. Tiki Taki, how's it going? What's your fragrance of the day today? Today, I'm wearing. This is Givenchy Gentleman Society Eau de Parfum Extreme. I got this one for Christmas. Haven't given it a wearing yet until this morning. It's a good fragrance. I think I liked it a little bit more off of my first impressions than I really do like it actually wearing it, actually letting it dry down. It's not a bad fragrance, but what I was kind of smelling off the cap in my first impressions was just a little bit better. But this is still a nice kind of like coffee woodsy sort of fragrance. A nice powdery side to it. It's just a little more mature than I would normally like, which is why I think maybe I don't like it as much as I thought I did. But Givenchy Gentleman Society Eau de Parfum Extreme, I mean, it's still a good fragrance. Who knows? This one could grow on me a lot as well. But yeah, like it smells nice and it definitely still does have like a wow factor to it and a compliment factor. It's just not as good as I thought it was when I had first gotten it. But, I also don't have a full bottle of it. I have what's a 12 and a half ml. I got a 12 and a half ml of this. So I don't even have a full bottle. Boss Bottled Absolute. It seems good. Boss Bottled Absolute. I've heard great things about it. Of course, Latafa Assad Elixir is cloning Boss Bottled Absolute. So if it smells anything like Assad Elixir, you get a lot of woods, some like peppery vibes, almost like the pepper from Sauvage Elixir, some cashmere as well, or kind of a bit of a leathery vibe. But yeah, Tiki Taki, this is good. I would like to try the real thing, of course, because this is just a clone, but if it smells like Assad Elixir, it's great. Dave deleted his message, but he asked if I tried Baccarat Rouge. So I've never actually tried Baccarat Rouge, as in like the real thing. I've tried multiple different clones of it, but my personal favorite clone is Mancera's Instant Crush because this one, it's still niche. You get really good projection, really good longevity. And this is also slightly more masculine than Baccarat Rouge and all the other fragrances I've tried with that DNA. So I personally like this one the most. I think if you're a guy looking for the Baccarat Rouge DNA, maybe look into Mancera's Instant Crush. I've also heard Club de Nuit Untold, I want to say, is a really good. It's looked at more as a clone of Instant Crush than Baccarat Rouge, but Instant Crush is cloning Baccarat Rouge. Thus, it's a clone of something that's cloning Baccarat Rouge. But I don't know. I would say you could check out Instant Crush because it's still niche. You still get great longevity and projection. If we're talking, you're paying $300 for Baccarat Rouge, the real thing, maybe it's not that bad, but for 300, $400, you can get so many different fragrances. You could get a whole collection for that price. What price is this? So I'm not sure exactly what price it is right now. When I bought it like last year, maybe a year and a half ago, almost 2 years ago, it was $70 for the big, 120 ml or 4 ounce bottle. This was a tester though, and I got this off Joma Shop, so I believe they were only doing like a limited run. It was normally around $90 for a brand new full bottle, but the testers were $20 off. You just don't get the like Mancera box and Mancera bag, but I would say look on Joma Shop because that's where I got this. But of course, if you just look up Instant Crush, and you look at the prices and stuff, you may be able to find one cheaper than Joma Shop. Just do a little bit of research on the sites that you are going to order off of. Majority of them are legit, but of course there are going to be some people who are trying to scam you. But like Joma Shop, Olfactory, Fragrance Nevea, Fragrance Net, a lot of brands like that are very, very legit. I recommend them. Yeah, I already paid for it, getting delivered tomorrow. Looking forward to it. We'll let you know how it turns out. Well, Dave, I hope you enjoy it. This one, I don't know. I liked it at first. I didn't love it at first, but this one grew on me like crazy. And it was honestly one of my top complimented fragrances of last year. So I hope you enjoy this one. Yeah, it's a different fragrance, but it's good for sure. So I think you made a good choice there, Dave. Y'all, what is everybody's scent of the day? Make sure to let me know. I'm wearing Givenchy Gentleman Society Eau de Parfum Extreme. With this fragrance, you get like a vetiver note, you get an orris root note, you get a coffee note, a nice vanilla note. You get a decent amount of good notes in here, and primarily it just reminds me of kind of like a powdery, woodsy, slight coffee fragrance. The thing that I enjoy about this, I'm not big into gourmand fragrances or fragrances that smell edible. This one has like the tiniest, teensiest little bit of a gourmand aspect because it has that coffee and vanilla. But other than that, it's not too gourmand. Not too much of that sweet vibe. So this is just going to be a good kind of signature scent in the cool weather for more of a mature person. Someone who's not looking for something like crazy sweet, crazy cloying. Lex, what's going on? Hey, I'm here. Welcome in here. Gentleman Society Ombre, top 3 fragrances I've ever smelt. I've only tried one other Givenchy Gentleman, and it was the one that smells like Le Male Parfum. I don't know exactly which one that is, but there's one that smells like Le Male Parfum. I think it's Society Reserve. I think it's like it's one of the Society Eau de Parfum. Or I don't think it's Society Eau de Parfum Extreme, because this one doesn't smell at all like Le Male Parfum. But I know one of the Givenchy's. It's a different one than this one that I've tried, but it smells like Le Male Parfum. And I didn't really like it that much, but I'd like to get more into Givenchy. Of course, like Givenchy Gentleman Reserve Privé got a lot of hype. A lot of people are like, this is the best masculine fragrance. This is the best vanilla fragrance. So, of course, they do have a lot of hype. I would like to try them. Like to try that. Always like Givenchy. Yeah, I mean, they seem like a good brand. I'm kind of one for two. Like, I like the, little bottle I have right here. I didn't like the other one that I tested in the store. It could be the same fragrance, and, I could just not be remembering correctly. So the fragrance I could be talking about that I don't like from Givenchy could literally be the one I'm wearing right now. I need more little bottles as well. I think little bottles are just like crazy cool. I'm kind of jealous of my girlfriend and her collection because she has a bunch of little bottles like this. This is the only one I have. I have this one, and I also had a little thing of Gucci Guilty Elixir, but I gave that one to my girlfriend. But yeah, I don't know. I just love these tiny little bottles, and I would love it if someone could make like a tiny little bottle that I could spray. Like, I wouldn't even want it to be a normal atomizer. If you could like shrink down the atomizer, and just have like a cute little spray, I think that'd be cool. Have that in 100 ml. Yeah, Acqua di Gio, it's a classic. My cousin just got this for me it was this and then a little bottle of like the girls Acqua di Gio, or Acqua di Gioia, I think is how they say it. But yeah, good fragrances. Happy that I could have a little splash on of one. Favorite mango fragrance. Favorite mango fragrance. I'll say the best mango fragrance I've tried was City Rhythm Puerto Rico. I still didn't really enjoy it that much just because I don't like mango. I also tried Lattafa Ajayeb Dubai Portrait because it was like $14, and so many people, I was reading the reviews, people are like, this is the best freaking like mango fragrance ever. It smells so good, like juicy sweet mango, nice bit of florals. I'm expecting, a super, super good fragrance. And when I first put it on, it wasn't bad. When it was like dried down and I was smelling myself, it was like this weird like cleaning product mango. Like, it was like if you had like a floral mango scented like cleaning wipe. It was not good. But yeah, City Rhythm Puerto Rico, way better. Much more of just like a straight up juicy mango sort of scent. A lot easier to like. Gotta go for a bit. I'll be back. Lex sounds good. Let's see. Should we do fragrance battles? I don't know if I want to do fragrance battles just because I don't want to get started on them and then have to end before we go. We're going to talk about some niche fragrances here. Now, I've been asked, niche is a stepping stone for a lot of people within fragrances. Normally, you start out with designer fragrances, or you start out with, this person says, you a peasant. Hey, Bart Simpson, $190 right here, $190 right here. $200 right here, $400 right here, $100, $150, $100, $100. Who's the peasant, buddy? I could keep going on. Anyways, I don't even know why I did that. I should have just not said anything. Anyways, Bart Simpson, you're the peasant here. But you can stay in the live if you want. So niche is a stepping stone, right? You don't normally just get fragrances and you immediately jump into niche. Normally, you start with designers or you start with Middle Eastern fragrances. I've noticed a lot more of the younger crowd starts with Middle Eastern fragrances opposed to designers. That's been like a heavy trend I've been seeing. But if you're looking for an entry to niche fragrance, or even you've collected some niche fragrances and you just want something different, try to look for something from City Rhythm. Ha 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 ha, you're working under us. You don't have a right to say anything about us, peasant. Ha 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 ha. Bart Simpson. Okay, this dude's weird. He can't even show his face or have like a real name. Anyways, but yeah, City Rhythm. City Rhythm is a great brand. These are a little bit more expensive. For the 100 ml bottles, they are $190 retail. If you find them on a discounter, such as like Olfactory, they have great sales on them. You'll be able to get a bottle for around $170. These are extrait de parfums, which means they have like 30% fragrance oil in them. So very, very oily. They'll last a long time. They'll project very nicely. Martha's Vineyard right here. This is a kind of sweet, slightly floral vanilla sort of fragrance, but you do get a decent little bit of like a tobacco musky vibe in here. So really, really nice fragrance. And this is supposed to replicate like the shores of Martha's Vineyard, which is kind of like an older retirement town. So this is much more of like a vacation-y rich person type of fragrance. Like this just kind of smells like you have money. And then City Rhythm Redline 2654. This is blending Miami and San Diego. 2654 is the amount of miles in between those two places. And yeah, this really does transport you to like a little mix of Miami and San Diego. It's very tropical, it's boozy, it's sweet, it's inviting. This is going to be a little bit more of a youthful fragrance, which, you know, kind of bodes well for me because I'm 17 years old. So I like a good, more youthful fragrance like this. So City Rhythm Redline 2654 and Martha's Vineyard. At that, any City Rhythm is going to be great for an entry to niche fragrance. City Rhythm, they've been getting a lot more hype recently, but a decent amount of people still haven't tried anything from City Rhythm, which I think is a mistake. They're such good fragrances, such good fragrances. There's always one exactly. Say it, boy. How much money you think you have in cologne? Ooh, see, I have no clue because from like this top row, I have like 1, 3, 5, 7, 11, 12, 1350. Let's put these together. We're going to call that like 2, 1550, 1650. Like, it's just hard because right up here we have almost a little less than $2,000 worth of cologne up here. And I won't even lie, a big hunk of that is due to this Zaharoff Sunkissed Island because it was only like $150 when I got it, but it's discontinued now and it's shot up to like $400. So I've worn this one time. Not that it's a bad fragrance. I only wore it one time and I'm not wearing it because I don't like it, but literally if I wanted to get my hands on another bottle right now, when it just discontinued like a month ago, it's $400. If I run out of this bottle next year or the year after and I want to buy another bottle, this could be upwards of like $600,000, like $600, you know, who knows? It could even be over $1,000 here soon. Going to start looking for them. Yeah, I think City Rhythm is great. Like, I feel like a lot of people's issue with jumping into niche fragrances, especially with something like City Rhythm, is a lot of the time when you hear about City Rhythm, it's on TikTok. The brand got a lot of hype specifically on TikTok. So people have this sort of perception. They're like, it's not going to be good. It's not going to be worth the money. It's just going to be like an overly expensive TikTok shop sort of fragrance. But no, City Rhythm is great. They use really, really high quality oils. Some people will tell you not to buy from City Rhythm and only buy from Prisma because there was this feud between the creator and his perfumer. He ended up firing his perfumer ended up just like leaving and took the original formulations with him. So then Niall just like redid all of the fragrances that the perfumer did because he couldn't use he couldn't use anything, any of the old perfumers like recipes and stuff and formulas. So some people will say that like City Rhythm isn't a good brand because they're like stealing from the original perfumer of City Rhythm, even though the people just split up and created their own brands. I don't know. I think City Rhythm is great though. Gonna start looking for them. Are they in many stores? They're really not in stores, unfortunately. Yeah, no, they're not in stores. Maybe they're in some stores, but I've only ever seen them online. Is this baby oil? Yes. Can I put Bart? Yes, you can put Bart Simpson in timeout. All right, y'all. I do got to get going though. I did just want to do a short live. I'm sorry that we couldn't do like fragrance battles or anything. Maybe I could be live later today. I got a beanie coming in the mail, and if it does come in the mail today, I'm shaving off my hair today. So I might at least do a live to shave off my hair. But I really appreciate each and every one of you guys. Let's see. Dave, welcome to the channel, and I hope you had a fun time. Lex, have a good day. Tiki Taki, have a good day. Fish Philosophy, have a good day. Everyone else that's in here going bald, I am going bald. Yes, all of this is going to be gone. But I really appreciate you guys. Have a good rest of your day. Peace, everyone.